You turn on your computer and you binge watch all the self-improvement, self-help, motivational content on YouTube. You get pumped, you get motivated, and you visualize yourself in a better position, physically, spiritually, and financially. Then you decide that that's it. You've had enough. You want to change your life, and you will change your life. From now on, you will do things perfectly. You close your computer, you go to your phone, and you order a burger and a fizzy drink. You go to your TV and you start binge watching Netflix. You completely forget about the goals you just had while watching those motivational speeches. This is the vicious circle that most people are stuck in. Watching self-improvement content and reading self-help books will not change your life. I read tens of self-help books and I attended tens of seminars and I listened to plenty of podcasts and motivational speeches. Do you want to know what has changed my life? Action. Action changed my life. Taking action and implementing the knowledge you acquire from the self-help books, the videos, the blogs, taking that action will actually take you to where you want to be. But listening to the information alone will not do you anything. Most of the times, if you go and ask anyone about how can we change our lives, how can we become better, how can we have an impact, they will tell you exactly what you need to do. Eat healthy, work out, read, develop yourself, have a growth mindset. All these good qualities that we know, if we acquire those skills, we can become better and have a better impact on the world. But no one actually take the action on that specific knowledge that we are receiving. So technically speaking, when we are watching self-improvement, self-help content or books, we're not listening to new information per se. What we're doing, we're just reminding ourselves, or the creator of that content is reminding you of something that you already know. So most of the things that we come across on social media, on YouTube, are not new information. We know what we have to do. We know the things that are good for us that we need to implement. And yet, we don't do those things. The question is, if we already know what we have to do to become better, to get better, to be a better version of ourselves, why do we fail on doing those things? Well, generally speaking, there are three factors that are the reason why we fail to take action. Number one, distraction. And this can be summed up in the goldfish effect. A study from Microsoft found that the attention span of a human being is 8 seconds. And the attention span of a goldfish is 9 seconds. And that attention span of humans, I think that it got lower because the study was done in 2013. And in the study, they found that the 4 factors that can impact our attention span and lower it are media consumption, social media usage, technology adoption rate, and multi-screening behavior. They said that long-term focus erodes with more screen time and social media usage. So if you are watching this video right now, you are being distracted unless you are going to implement the things that I'm going to remind you that you have to do. The question that one can ask is, how can we cure distraction? How can one become less distracted? I have to admit that this is a very hard task to do, especially in this era with social media, with a lot of platforms that are creating content all the time. It's very hard to be not distracted and be focused on the things we want to do. And let's not forget there are billions and upon billions that are invested in order to distract us. Marketing, all these big companies that are putting a lot of money to get your attention to become their client. I was very active in social media. I was active in a very good way, I'd say, or that's what I'd like to think about myself. And one day I looked at the screen time on my phone and I realized that I'm spending almost 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day, so scrolling and checking different social media platforms. I could actually read a book every other day. if I just invested that time wisely. I put a target. I said that I'm going to spend half an hour a day. Half an hour a day of social media is more than enough. So I put a target and I tried to stick to it. It was impossible. I could not go below 30 minutes. I was always, whenever I'm bored, whenever I'm queuing somewhere, I just pull up my phone and try to check my social media. So it was an impossible task. I needed to find another solution. And one day, I was in bed at night, going to sleep, and I've decided that that's it. I'm going to log out and deactivate all my social media platforms. I didn't just disconnect. I can log in and log out. I deactivated them, and I deleted the apps. So chances that I'm gonna log in instantly when I'm bored is very low. First few days were hard, I have to admit. It wasn't an easy thing because we are distracted and we think that we use our time wisely when we go work. But if you look at your screen time, you realize that you're spending a lot of time on social media. So once you remove those hours, you'll feel bored. You feel like something is different. So I needed to compensate and try and add another good habit in order for me to get rid of that wanting and needing to check my social media. So I went back to books, I went back to reading, and I was reading a lot. I mean, a lot. But with that, I started having more quality time with my family. I started meeting my friends, and my workouts at the gym were way better. Everything that I was doing, I was enjoying. I was focused more on bettering myself rather than checking social media and see what other people are doing. Number two, lack of consistency. So when we look at lack of consistency, we think that that's something that comes after the action being taken. Well, you're right. However, because we think about that prior to taking the action, it is one of the main things that prevent us from taking action, because we think that we can't commit because we haven't committed to something for a long time. Our muscle of commitment is not ready for it. So whenever we think about working out, whenever we think about doing something long term, the action that we are about to take becomes hard because we think that we're going to do this for a long time. I'm going to wake up every day before work, go to the gym. I can't do that, so we don't take the action. One of the reasons that we're not consistent is because we lack patience. We are not patient. We grew up in an environment of instant gratification. If you want to order a pizza, you pick up your phone, you order pizza, 15 minutes is at your door. If you want to watch a movie, you don't have to book a ticket, buy a ticket, and wait until the movie come out. You go to the cinema and watch it. You can actually watch everything in your TV. You can binge watch a whole series in one night. So we grew up in an environment of instant gratifications, and that did affect us in our lives. So if we go work out, we expect to have results right away because that's how we grew up. That's how we think life is. Or if we want to do a business, we want to start your own business, we expect results to come right away. So we started looking for a quick fix to every problem we face. But as soon as the problem is not solved, we stop, we lose interest, and we quit. You might ask me, how can I get rid and how can I fix this problem? How can I be consistent? James Clear in his book Atomic Habits went into details on how to build good habits and how to remove bad habits step by step. I will make a video summarizing the whole book and what I've learned from the book. But for now, I'm going to just talk about two concepts that I think that everyone will benefit from. Create systems, not goals. Lack of consistency usually comes from expecting results too early. You rely on your willpower, you go to the gym every day, you work out for 2 hours. After a week or two, you can't see any results. So what do? You quit. You set up a business. You operate for a week or two. Let's say you do a month or two, you don't see the millions you were expecting. Entrepreneur, #entrepreneur. You don't see the millions, then you decide that's it, it's not working. You work on a skill for a good period of time, but as soon as you fed up and as soon as you think that you're not acquiring that skill, not learning that skill you're trying to learn, as quick as you thought it's going to happen, you quit. So that's why James Clear always emphasizes on the idea that we have to focus on the system, not the results. In any sport, the goal is to have a better score in the scoreboard. But it would be insane if you focus on the scoreboard all the time. So what James Clear suggested is that we have to ignore the scoreboard all the time, the entire time, and focus on a better plan, a better strategy. And if that's done properly, the score will take care of itself. Number two, and that's probably the main theme or the main concept in Atomic Habits, which is the 1% rule. Getting better at something by just 1% a day will make you 37 times better at the end of the year. So the goal is not to go all in for a week or two, get tired, lose motivation and quit. The goal is get better by just 1% every single day. So we have to create a system that allows us to stick to that particular habit for a long period of time in order for us to get that benefit of compounding. But instead of going to the gym and stay there for 2 hours, set up a schedule to go for just half an hour a day, just half an hour, and do that every single day. Stick to it. You will build the habit of going to the gym, and you will like it because you're not spending a lot of time there and you're getting the results you want to. Don't forget, we're only aiming for 1% a day. So we spoke about being distracted. We spoke about lack of consistency. The third factor that we're not taking action is our why. What is your why? Your why is the reason we do what we do. So in order for you to be committed to something, you have to attach it to something that is bigger than the action itself. If you want to lose weight, you're not going to say, I'm going to lose weight because I need to lose weight. It just doesn't make any sense. You won't be motivated. You have to attach it to something else. I will lose weight so that I can play with my kids more and not get tired. If you want to make more money, don't just say, I want to make more money. I want to make more money so that I can help my family. I can help my brothers. I can help my sisters. I can help the community. So your why has to be bigger. The bigger the why, the bigger the action. And that's why when you look at immigrants, me being one, I used to work 110 hours a week. No days off, no breaks. Why? One, because I was hungry. I came with nothing, zero. And two, I have my family waiting for me. My mum is waiting for me to succeed. So that feeling that I can support my family pushes me every morning to wake up in the cold, and you know how it is in London, cold the whole year. So that's the thing. You have to have a big why in order for you to take actions and start implementing the things that you are learning online. So to wrap it up, I want to say one thing. You have been watching videos on YouTube of how to help yourself, how to develop, how to get better for a long period of time, and that's a good thing. A lot of people are watching nonsense, stupid content on these platforms, but you decided to look for a content that's going to help you grow. That's a good thing. However, action is what takes you from point A to point B. In order for you to start the journey of change, you have to start taking actions. Forget the fact that you need more information. You need to read more and study more, yes, but you need to take actions now. Put the phone down and go for a run. Just go for a run right now. Put your AirPods, go for a run, and you see how you feel after that. Once you start taking actions, you will get slightly, just a tiny bit of results. And once you see results, you will be addicted to it. So whatever you want to do in life, my friend, whether it's health, you want to get better, whether it's in business, you want to start up your own business, you want to be an entrepreneur, anything you want to do, just go at it one step at a time, but take actions. Don't overthink it. Don't try and get the perfect step-by-step guide on how to do something. Just jump. If you don't jump, your parachute will never open. And I'll see you in the next video.